what led you into the Live Pure mission? Was there a moment, or like, I know you said you've been working with this session, with this topic for a long time, but particularly Live Pure, what made you say that this is what God is calling me to?
So like I said, right, there was this need to address key issues that no one was talking about among youth, and it was a pressing need. And so some of us who were working with youth at that point of time, this was now, 2010 probably, like a long time ago, started reading up, started trying to seek for answers, and stumbled upon this message of the theology of the body, and we were blown away by it. Because, here you have like priests, you have like teachers of the, from the church, who are talking about how sex is sacred and, things like this. And I mean, up till now, it was like, it's taboo. You're not supposed to talk about it and all of that.
Think about it.
Yeah. And here, there's a flip to it, and you're like, wait, was my life a lie all this while, But what blew us away was just this, the freedom that the theology of the body offered, and it more importantly answered the why to everything that was, taboo till then. It gave us answers to questions probably we didn't have ourselves, and the more we read, the more we realized, at least I realized, that it's answering so much. It's offering me freedom, it's offering me joy. And yeah, that's when I knew this is something I want to like learn more about and spread.
As someone who's leading this mission now, were there struggles in your life where you felt like purity is the answer to it? And was that particularly one of the reasons why you got into it? Because you were also struggling in that particular issue as a youth, probably now also, but mainly with when you were a youth, and maybe you see that those similar things the youth are struggling with right now. Is that something
So as an individual, if the church says something, I predominantly, would say, okay, the church is 2,000 years old. I'm like in my 30s.
Yeah.
The church probably knows. She probably knows more, kind of a thing. And so I'm quick to obey.
Yeah.
But that's because of a rule.
Yeah.
And so I knew I had to stay pure because the church said I had to stay pure, So there wasn't really that rebellion, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, obviously there's a struggle, right? I think to stay pure is like a daily commitment,
yeah,
right? And so there have been so many moments of struggle in my own life in relation to just love and sexuality, and I think that can bring out, and it brought on like an emptiness, and the more I read about the theology of the body, the more I read about who I am, who God is, why God created me the way He did, the more I began to experience freedom in Christ. This emptiness began to fill with joy. That's what drew me more into it. And I think so many youngsters would face that today as well, like that emptiness, right? That longing to be filled. And TOB was the answer to that.